the very country that Dylann Roof grew up in. This is the very same country that gave birth to the ideals that he had that allowed him to go into that church and kill those people. So I say to you, brothers and sisters, if you have not armed yourselves, you need to do so. And we're interested in building a Huey P. Newton gun club here in Charleston, South Carolina. How many of you guys would be willing to be a part of that gun club?
Are you playing out here? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? By any means? By any means. We got to complete what Denmark didn't finish. He never finished his mission. I bring on to you now from Dallas, Texas. I want you to hear the voice of a strong black woman. Some of you maybe even have seen her on the internet marching with the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, who openly, when they can, openly carry arms for self-defense in public to help us to understand that we have a Second Amendment right and we have to defend ourselves. Is that right? We must have self-defense. If you believe in self-defense, raise your hand. If you believe that we must be righteous and revolutionary and armed amongst ourselves, raise your hand. Oh, we got them coming in from 20 states. They coming in and going out, and you don't know who's from who and what's from what. It ain't over. Governor, Uncle Tom's. I bring on to you Sister Niecy, ex from the Huey Newton Gun Club, a bold black woman, one of our queens. Let's receive her.
Peace and power. Black power. I see a lot of younger people out here, and I'm very proud to be one of them. How many of y'all are tired of hearing the talking? How many of y'all are tired of hearing the talking is what I asked. The pacifism that they show us, that they give to us on TV, that we're just going to pray about it. We're just going to ask God to forgive the killer and everything is going to be okay. Just sweep it under that rug, right? But do you know that every single time you step on that rug, you are stepping on your ancestors? Every single time that we decide to forgive but not give retribution, we are stepping on our brothers and sisters, and I refuse to. As a member of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, we support self-defense. We support you arming yourselves, and every black woman and child, man, grandmother, auntie, uncle, whomever you are. As simple as you lock your doors at night. As simple as you, before you go outside, you make sure that you can see correctly. As easily as you don't go into places where you don't know where something is, or you're very safe and secure most of the time. But when you tell black people to arm themselves, everybody gets scared.
Come on, sister, tell it like
everybody gets a little fearful because black people with guns is a problem. Racism is a problem. Systemic racism is a problem. The very country that Dylann Roof grew up in was allowed to be a baby and decided he wanted to go to school and write his nice manifesto. This is the very same country that gave birth to the ideals that he had that allowed him to go into that church and kill those people.
Watch out. Tell it like it is.
It is by no accident, by no surprise, by no coincidence. He wasn't a lunatic. He wasn't crazy. He wasn't mad. He decided that he wanted to go kill people, and therefore he did. Those people were black in color, very much like the people who are killed by police officers every single day. Black men, but also black women. And the very same system that allows this. I say, and as for me and mine and the generation that stands behind me, we don't want to talk no more. We don't want your legislation. We don't want to ask you for permission. We're not going to ask you, will you please put him in jail for a little bit of time? Like, no, I don't want that. I'm not here for that anyway. So I say to you, brothers and sisters, if you have not armed yourselves, you need to do so. Arms are very, very cheap, actually, a lot of places. And people think of it as, it's going to be a major investment. You can strap up for a couple $100. The same couple $100 that you paid to put them Jordans on your feet.
Tell it, my sister. Tell it like it is.
I'm so happy to see people who are aware and are conscious, because I went out there yesterday and I talked to a lot of people, a lot of melanated people, and the response was, we forgive them, and you need to forgive them, sister. And I'm so glad today to be standing amongst an army of people, an army of my brothers and sisters who are not willing to sit down, back down, shut up, be quiet, because I'm not fucking being quiet. I say fuck this system. I say fuck the police that allow this system to continue. I say fuck racism. I say fuck classism. And I don't have any problems doing it. Now, I did also want to go ahead and alert you guys to ahead and above me. Do we see what we see? Do they do that everywhere? Is that a normal thing here in South Carolina? Because we see them. How are y'all doing? Now, they came here with an agenda. They came here understanding that there were going to be some angry black people gathering, right? They said to themselves, we need to make sure it's secure and it's safe, because this isn't going to be another rally, another pointless gathering where we all pray and cry and say, you know what, it's okay. It's not okay. And I'm very glad that I was able to come down here from Dallas. I feel very welcomed and I'm very happy to have been here. And I want to inspire the fight in everyone. Here in Charleston, South Carolina, I've spoken to a comrade who's here, and we're interested in building a Huey P. Newton gun club here in Charleston, South Carolina. How many of you guys would be willing to be a part of that gun club? I have flyers for everyone, and anybody who wants to speak to me is more than welcome to. I would love to be able to engage with you guys. But we're looking at building a gun club here because it has come to the attention of myself and people around the country that Charleston, South Carolina, in addition to many, many, many other states across the country, are still stuck in Jim Crow. We're all still stuck in Jim Crow, but I will revolt. I'm Harriet Tubman in this bitch. So for all of us who are the Denmark Vessies, the Harriet Tubmans, the Malcolm X's, who aren't willing to give up, give in, ask for legislation, black power to you. I want to thank y'all this evening, and speak to me later on if you want to learn more about the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. All power to the people.
Give us a strong black hand.